677-424-2424. It's West Michigan Live with Justin Barkley on Wood Radio.
Wow, good morning, folks. What a gorgeous day to talk turkey. 'Tis the season. Can you believe we are about just a little over a week now from Thanksgiving? Time is flying, and we have a entire load of news to get to all of that. Plus, you can join the program at any time at 616-774-2424. Love to hear from you there. You can also hit the microphone button. The MKD Funeral Home's making that happen on the iHeartRadio app. Sign off.
News, weather, and traffic. And the biggest stories of the day. We're talking about what matters most in West Michigan and beyond. This is the Big Three. Now, today's Big Three.
These are the stories that matter most. You'll be talking about these around the water cooler, the dinner table, no matter where you are. Maybe even around some turkey and dressing. The usual suspects. Thanks to our good friends at Heartland Home Mortgage. And I've been warning you for a while now that you ought to give them a call and get your house in order. Your home, in this case. Refinance, or maybe you're looking to buy or refi. I told you for the longest time, but now you're looking to put a little bit more money back in your pocket. And look at the home equity line of credit, maybe another solution that's good for you. They've got custom solutions for everybody, but folks, if things are tight right now, they don't need to be. You can reach out and get a custom solution. 5 minutes on the phone is all it takes to find out whether they can help you or not. Dave Galloway and the team standing by right now at 616-974-9105, or go online to hhmlending.com. Still a good time to buy for a lot of folks, too. It was big news last night. President Donald Trump making that announcement. He is running in 2024 for Mar-a-Lago.
This will not be my campaign. This will be our campaign all together.
More on that big announcement and what the folks are sounding off and saying this morning. We'll get to all of it coming up.
Number 2.
Yes, more news, and this comes out of the House of Representatives. Now, this is the only place that's made this call so far, but it has been called, at least anyway. Decision Desk HQ projecting Republicans winning a majority in the House, at least 218 seats there. Call made after Kevin Kiley, Republican in California, the 3rd congressional district, won his race, projected to win anyway. 14 races remain uncalled, but Republicans assured of 218 seats in the House, they say. Final count pending calls in 14 outstanding races. Fox, CNN, other networks still yet to make that call, too. The Arizona gubernatorial race could be headed to a recount after Katie Hobbs holds a narrowed lead now. Hobbs, the Democrat Secretary of State, who's overseeing that race, that election, isn't that something? Was up over Republican Carrie Lake, 26,000 votes on Sunday. The lead narrowing to 19,000. Now, if this does happen, it's just because of a new law. The current margin tight. Hobbs about 50.4% of the vote to Lake's 49.6%. Under that new state law, recount triggers when the margin is less than or equal to 0.5%. We'll keep you posted on the latest on that. Big news throughout the day as well. We appreciate you being here with us, of course, on our big Turkey Drop Wednesday. About a week away now from Thanksgiving. We appreciate your help, your support. You know, every year, none of this happens without you. And that's why we appreciate your generosity in all of this. The Wood Radio listeners, the community in West Michigan coming together to help folks who need it most this time of year. You know, one of the most interesting stories, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this coming up in, in the hours to come. It's 3 full hours today. You're stuck with me. As we continue to ask for those turkeys. And if you can't make it with an actual physical turkey, maybe you're listening online somewhere from a different state or someplace. Lots of folks listen on the behind-the-scenes live stream at Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, Getter, YouTube, all the usual suspects. You can give securely online. You go to woodradio.com. There's a link there with a turkey. Just click that, and you can get right in. But none of this happens without you. It's important to mention that. And you want to sound off today, too. I'm going to lean into you. What do you think about the announcement last night? Trump making that call. He will be running in 2024. Some of the highlights.
Cheating. I will immediately demand voter ID, same-day voting, and only paper ballots.
Quite an idea. Now, I know that a lot of this folks are you're just coming out of the 22 here. But what we've seen used, particularly in the last 2-3 elections, it was definitely 2020 cemented with COVID. 2018, the test run came with these mail-in ballots and the harvesting operations that are, but by the way, when I say that most of this is legal, and apparently because of Prop 2 now, this will be completely legal in Michigan. So these harvesting operations are a thing to behold. President Trump saying he wants one day, and I kind of like to say, I think it ought to be a holiday. Everybody gets a day off. Everyone go. You can go vote. You can you can go volunteer if you want to volunteer. I think all that is a great idea.
This will not be my campaign. This will be our campaign all together. Because the only force strong enough to defeat the massive corruption we are up against is you, the American people. It's true. The American people, the greatest people on earth. We love them all. And we love both sides. We're going to bring people together. We're going to unify people. And it was happening in the previous administration, previous to the previous. And what was bringing them together was success. Prior to COVID coming in, the people were calling me, that were calling.
I mean, it's an interesting tone last night. A little different. Listen, I'm going to let you sound off on this. There is already, by the way, there's already DeSantis. They have to ask. They have to ask, and of course, a big push between the two. He hasn't even announced that he's running, but a big push asking DeSantis, what do you think about some of this back and forth, and what do you think about what Trump had to say? Well, we get that as well, but I want to hear from you this morning. Sound off on the call, the announcement yesterday, and more.
Call Justin now at 616-774-2424. That's 616-774-2424. West Michigan Live with Justin Barclay on News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
We're talking turkey and everything else as we continue after this. It's West Michigan Live. Turkey Drop 2022 with the good folks at Mel Trotter. Back after this.
Pumpkin spice football, that crisp air, fall is here, which means winter is just around the corner. Seal out cold and save on your energy bills this winter with a call to WMGB Home Improvement. Right now at WMGB, save 15% off WMGB's air sealing package. Save 35% on energy-efficient replacement windows, glass block windows, and entry doors. Get your home ready with a call to WMGB.
Okay. Good morning. Appreciate you being here, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We have 3 hours together today. Make sure you click share on the, if you're watching on the live stream, behind the scenes live stream here. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your, call me on the phone. Don't just type it into the chat. I want to hear from you on the phone. We got 3 hours, folks. Let's take advantage of it. We got 3 hours. So, please, one thing in the chat, it's a whole nother, if you have time, just to pick up that phone and give us a call, because I want to hear from you. We're going to be talking turkey today, too, but I want to make sure that we cover all the bases for folks. Right? Mm-hmm. All right, let me say good morning to a few folks chiming in this morning. Kim, good morning, and Ann and Michelle and Jacqueline and Lori and Carrie. Appreciate y'all being here with us this morning. The Rumblers, Rumble, Brumbies fan, Garden Gnome, Nancy K. Joy, appreciate you being here with us. And of course, the folks, can't forget the folks on Getter. Tanya, G. McCaleb, Adav, Real Radical Realtor, and many others hanging out this morning. Appreciate you. Hey, we don't have turkey drop imaging, do we? Stand by, folks. Stand by. That's what it needs to be. That's what it. More from President Trump last night. We've also got the answer to some of this back and forth. And some of this is kind of manufactured. There does tend to be I think a bit of a push to see like a fight between Trump and DeSantis. Trump is might be doing a little pushing himself. They got lots of folks weighing in on the chat right now. We'll read some of those comments, but I'd love to hear from you too. 616-774-2424. Another big highlight from last night. Folks are talking about today, and this one's big, particularly because of people that were fired and folks in the military that were kicked out because of COVID policies, mandates, and things like that. He made a big announcement on this last night.
We will abolish every Biden COVID mandate and rehire every Patriot who was fired from our military with an apology and full back pay.
Wow.
We will abolish
that's,
every Biden COVID
that's a big
mandate and
apology and full back pay. I know there are a lot of folks. I mean, these were people that were on the front lines at one point, heroes, and then immediately fired, called zeros in a lot of cases. I mean, there's a guy particularly that I recall, Hurricane Ian, when it came through in Florida. He was a coastie. He was out there saving people's lives in the helicopter, part of the Coast Guard efforts there. And he was told, by the way, great job. I praised him one moment, and then the next minute they said, well, he's going to be fired because he has refused to get poked. Now, this is an issue, and I think a lot of folks are looking at, and particularly at this point in time, these are things that we ought to take a closer look at. I like that stance. You come in a little bit closer and saying, okay, well, you know what, we messed up. These are things that we've got to do. These are things that we've got to make sure that we take care of. And whether it's President Trump or anyone else who's running, and making sure that these people are made whole, I think is something that's going to resonate with a lot of folks. Now, where we head from here, I can't say. This is you've got a lot of time between now and the election in 2024. You got a lot of time, but listen to what Ron DeSantis said yesterday when he was asked about all of this.
What do you think about Trump's big announcement and some of the less than flattering comments he has made about you?
Well, one of the things I've learned in this job is when you're leading, when you're getting things done, you take incoming fire. That's just the nature of it. I roll out of bed in the morning. I've got corporate media outlets that have a spasm just the fact that I'm getting up in the morning, and it's constantly attacking. And this is just what's happened. I don't think any governor got attacked more, particularly by corporate media, than me over my 4-year term.
Wait out, there's more. He's got more to this.
And yet, I think what you learn is all that's just noise. And really what matters is, are you leading? Are you getting in front of issues? Are you delivering results for people? And are you standing up for folks? And if you do that, then none of that stuff matters. And that's what we've done. We've focused on results and leadership. And, at the end of the day, I would just tell people to go check out the scoreboard from last Tuesday night. The fact of the matter is, the fact of the matter is it was the greatest Republican victory in the history of the state of Florida.
Folks, there's going to be a lot of this back and forth over the next couple of weeks. Keep your powder dry is one of the terms that I've heard quite a bit over the last few years, and I think it's probably a great piece of advice for this day and age as well. Keep your powder dry and your turkeys frozen. Maybe that's the other good piece of advice. As folks are headed out today to drop off turkeys all throughout the day, and the Mel Trotter's turkey drop happening today, of course, Celebration Cinema North and South, and you can drop your bird downtown as well at the Mel Trotter headquarters. Dennis Van Kampen joining us now. Dennis, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, Justin. How are you?
Appreciate you being here. This is another big day in the life of folks at Mel Trotter, but every day you guys are doing great work there. You guys see it right up close and personal every day. You're coming in contact with people that are needing our help now more than ever, and particularly because of the circumstances we have right now economically. Boy, this need has never been bigger, has it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're all feeling it when we fill up our cars with gas, when we go to the grocery store, when we look at our utility bills. And what's happening is we're seeing more people enter into homelessness than we've seen ever. And more people that are living paycheck to paycheck that really need help, and they need hope.
Amen to that. You guys come alongside them and hopefully try to give them a little bit of both. What do you see mostly when you're encountering people, and they need that help, that hope? What do you see? What happens first?
Yeah, I think when we encounter people, there's a percentage of the people that are experiencing homelessness that are struggling with severe mental illness or severe addiction, but that's actually a relatively smaller percentage. Most of the people that we see, life circumstances happened that they did not plan for, they weren't financially ready for, they don't have a family or a church family that can help them through the tough times. And many of them are actually working and holding down full-time jobs, but they just can't make ends meet. So when they come to us broken in a lot of ways. And our job is to demonstrate the compassion of Jesus Christ towards everyone experiencing homelessness. So the first thing we do is help with the physical needs, right? Food, clothing, shelter, that sort of thing. And then we move into how do we get you out of homelessness as soon as possible? That's the hope part.
One of the things that I am most kind of blown away with, Dennis, is we've talked about this in previous years, but the audience is so generous here. This community comes together to make these things happen. Without their help, organizations like Mel Trotter wouldn't exist. Without their help, people wouldn't get fed all across the state. In fact, turkey drop, it's kind of a little known secret, but these turkeys have fed people all up and down West Michigan. I mean, from Cadillac to Kalamazoo in previous years. You guys have really been able to help extend the hand to folks in areas like never before. And I know that just goes such a long way.
Yeah, you're right. And, Mel Trotter has been in existence for 122 years. And, we only exist for two reasons, or because of two reasons. First is God's grace and provision. And then second is the donations from our community. So, we're entering into year end, and it's never been more important to support the work than now. But, to your point about turkey drop, I remember last year we put a bunch of frozen turkeys in a Mel Trotter truck, and we went up to some of our partners in Ludington. And a lot of people would think, well, Ludington, it's a beach town. Do they have a need? They have a really big need. And when our truck pulled into town, there were tears and there were cheers of people that needed some of that help, and they needed some of that hope. So, yeah, this year we're hoping to even break last year's record. And we will distribute these turkeys with our partners at Feeding America, who are the experts at distributing food. This will go all throughout the state of Michigan.
We'll learn a little bit more about that coming up in the program as well. But Dennis Van Kampen, if people want to give, obviously there's a couple of different ways to do that. I made it very convenient. You could just drop a turkey at either Celebration location, whether that's north or south. You can drop it downtown to the Mel Trotter headquarters as well. But folks can give securely and safely online with the virtual turkeys as well. So when it comes to making a donation, what's that dollar amount? I'm thinking I want to give so many turkeys. What is that dollar amount equal to a turkey?
Yeah, if somebody wants to contribute financially, this year, because of the inflation costs, $20 will allow us to get a turkey. So people can go online at meltrotter.org/turkey, and you'll find a link there to donate. Or if they want to give a frozen turkey, to your point, we'll be at both Celebration Cinema locations until 7 tonight. And it's so easy. You don't even have to get out of your car. We have volunteers that will come right up to your car, and they'll take the turkey for you. So hopefully West Michigan will just continue to be what we've always been, people that see our neighbors in need and we respond.
I appreciate all the work that you all do. And of course, thank you to, if you're listening right now, thank you to you folks. You make it work, you make it happen, and you make these things in West Michigan possible. You make this a great place to live, and it's because of you. Thank you, my friend. Dennis Van Kampen, Mel Trotter Ministries, the CEO. Thank you. God bless.
Thanks,
Dennis.
Justin. I appreciate you.
You got it. We continue our conversation with you. Coming up next, you can join us, 616-774-2424. It's Turkey Day, 3 full hours talking turkey, and, of course, all the other topics as well. Some of these things you might be a little shy to talk about around the table. That's okay. We can still have those conversations here. One of the last places we can do it.
On News Radio 1300 and 106.9 FM.
This is
Okay, folks, there you go. Jane says, it's sad that there's even a need for food giveaways. Please don't forget those in need. Many people are just a paycheck away from homelessness. It's very true. That is a very good point. Hang on one second. Okay. If these prices keep going higher, who will be able to farm? Shelley, you are right. Are you seeing it? I know you're seeing it up close and personal. The diesel, particularly. We talked about those things. The need is greater this year than ever before, folks. We got to come up. We got to step up and come together. I'm going to open up the chat for folks on locals, too. If you want to join us over there, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to see you. Trump announces 2024 run. We got the turkey drop. Republicans take the House, it looks like. Big news. What happens there? What happens next in that story? We'll get to all of it. Yeah, folks. If you were just tuning in, this is the behind the scenes live stream. And let me push this button here. Enable live chat. There we go. So now we're up and running. Okay, so If you want to get something to me, I'm going to make sure that I see it. We have a VIP chat happening over for supporters over on Locals. You can just pop something to me. Andrew, stuff is in there. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Try to take a look at the text messages coming in, too. All right, we have more big news to get to as well, folks. Sorry for the behind the scenes silence. I had a couple of moving pieces and parts we have to take care of back here. Bonnie, I see you. I don't know. Facebook's playing games. We need a deer video of Justin getting a deer. Getter is a mess today? Oh, no. All right. Stand by, folks.
Giving you your life back. Hips, shoulders, elbows, they can all be treated with natural biologics from your own body. Powerful healing agents, highly concentrated. If you're tired of steroid shots that don't work, or if you're trying to avoid surgery, call QC Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation. Learn about these exciting new cutting-edge treatments for pain caused by arthritis or injury.
Is there a problem on Facebook today, guys? I must have missed it.
That can get you lasting relief.
I just saw somebody said they're tired of it. But yeah, I mean, Sherry every day. Oh, it's a grind. It's a grind. Baby pics. I think we can make that happen. There's no shortage. Although I'll tell you this. With the second baby, there tends to be fewer pictures. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so I did notice there was a little echo. We're going to see if we can fix that in the videos. Hang on for a second. I want to thank some of our sponsors today making this whole program possible. Thanks to the folks at Yoder Real Estate. Kevin Yoder stepping up, big sponsor this hour. We appreciate that, Kevin. We're so happy and grateful for all the hard work, the folks at Yoder Real Estate that care about this community and coming together to step up. Always a pleasure. Just, by the way, got a message. Mark Meyer, Life EMS. They are stepping up those tote bags we were talking about here. They're beautiful. These bright green, neon green tote bags. I just kind of mentioned, oh, this is cool. I like this in the studio when we got here this morning. And Mark said, hey, you know what? We're going to drop some off. Celebration Cinema North and South. So there's a ton of gifts, folks, when you come by. And I know you don't do this. You don't donate your turkey in order to get a gift. But just know that there are some great things people have come together to say thank you for your donations. And then, of course, it's our pleasure to make sure that you get a little something if you like to. But those while supplies last. So just keep that in mind. But you make this possible. We'll be talking more throughout the day and hopefully get some sort of totals here coming up just a little bit as to where we stand with our turkey drop tote board this morning. All right, I want to get to the phones because folks are wanting to weigh in on this big announcement last night. President Trump comes out and says, yes, he is running in 2024. Running in 2024, and quite a response last night, I think, on Twitter and some of the social media. But this has been one of these things that I'm kind of walking a line with, because look, I never get involved in primaries anyway. I always believe it's your decision. Certainly, I might have my own thoughts on the process and whatnot, but I want you to decide. So I kind of leave that up. But there is a little bit of back and forth this year. So I want to hear from you. What did you think about the speech last night? Who do you think he might pick as a running mate? What kind of emphasis will be put into that? And who else he might have to face as a challenger?
The world was at peace. America was prospering, and our country was on track for an amazing future, because I made big promises to the American people, and unlike other presidents, I kept my promises. I kept them.
A little bit different tone last night from Mar-a-Lago with that announcement. I want to jump to the phones. We'll get to your call, too. It's 616-774-2424. Randy in Howard City. Randy, I appreciate you calling today. Good morning. How are you?
Well, Justin, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. It's always a great day when we get to do this with the Mel Trotter Turkey Drop. There's something about doing something for others who may not ever be able to ever repay you that just lights a fire inside of you. And I know the audience, you get that. You understand it. This generosity in this audience is like none other. So, yeah, it's a wonderful day. Appreciate you being here with us, Randy.
Yeah. Hey, you wanted us to call and weigh in on the President Trump running. And, you and I, we've chatted many times. I'm a huge supporter of Donald Trump. But I think there's just too much baggage, Justin. I just don't think he can win a third time. I support him. It's going to be fun to watch the left heads explode while he runs, but I just don't think he can win.
What's the biggest obstacle for you, Randy? What are you looking at there?
Just the baggage. He is, while I think he was the best president of my lifetime, certainly, he just drives them so crazy that people just don't want all the hype that goes with him. I'm fine with it. I laugh at all the time. I enjoy it, but a lot of people, they just want to go calm. They just want everything to go smooth. And Donald Trump doesn't bring smoothness. He brings the right thing. He just doesn't bring it smooth,
So it sounds like it's a personality thing more than anything.
Yeah, and not on me, but I think, the general population, because we've watched what's happened in these elections. And, this country, whether we like it or not, it's headed left. I mean, you look at what Gretchen Whitmer did in the last 2 years here, 3 years, she has locked us down. She has fit in with the left's entire transgender, and she got reelected. She got her whole state reelected from top to bottom. And that's the one that they're going to run against Donald Trump.
So, Randy, let me ask you this, because I saw somebody tweet this, and I thought it was kind of interesting. For all the Trump haters out there, they said, what did you hate most? No wars, Middle East peace, strong American economy, no inflation, growing 401ks, market profits, low gas prices, a secure oil reserve, lower taxes, a strong dollar. So I think, but I also understand what you're saying, because I know there are people that just, for whatever reason, just can't. They can't, yep. and I get it. I see that, and so that's why I know that there's a call out there for a different like a DeSantis or somebody that's got a kind of a different demeanor, but might have similar or the same type of policies. But this is a point somebody just made on the behind the scenes live stream of the chat here, and I just ask you about this. That no matter who runs on the right, they are going to come after these folks, and of course, everyone's going to face this type of opposition. And right now, DeSantis seems to be kind of like a golden boy, but we can't forget what they were saying. They were calling him Governor Death Santis. in the media and all that. I mean, speaking of name calling, but a lot of people say, I don't like the way Trump name calls. And I get that too. Sort of the name calling, I think, is more of a, it's just more of a, it's a way that they get you to make their point. And it's sort of a memorable way of doing things. Now, I don't know. I mean, am I fond of it? I don't know. I get a chuckle sometimes out of it. Probably shouldn't, but I just have to admit to you honestly, I do. But Randy,
right? I'm in the same boat there. I get a chuckle out of it. I shouldn't. I should be, I shouldn't like it. But hey, that's where I'm at, and maybe DeSantis has a little better chance. I think they'll come at him hard as well, but Trump it's just too much baggage. I wish it wasn't. I would love to put my Trump flag back up and run around this state with my giant MAGA hat on my Suburban, but I just don't know.
Randy, I appreciate I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your candor. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for that. And again, if he's the nominee, you're going to vote for him?
Oh, you know that. I have no problem voting for him. Not at all. I'm just giving an honest opinion of how I think it's going to play out. It's not my choice.
You just see the writing on the wall and what's yet to come.
Well,
okay.
And I've been involved in this stuff here pretty heavily for a couple of years, and I just pay attention to all this, and that's just what I see.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend.
So,
thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. Have a good day.
You got it. It's Randy. I think it just took me to the end of the call to figure out who that was. Oh, wait a minute. I know, Randy. Here's the announcement from last night.
Known that this was not the end. It was only the beginning of our fight to rescue the American dream. And it's a word you don't use. 2 words. I don't want to be Joe. It's 2 words. American dream. That was not good what he did. There are a lot of bad things, like going to Idaho and saying, welcome to the state of Florida. I really love it. In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
More of your calls. The conversation continues. And yeah, we're talking turkey. It's the Mel Trotter turkey drop today, folks. And I tell you, the need is greater than ever before, and you can help make a difference.
Call Justin now at 616-774-2424. That's 616-774-2424. West Michigan Live with Justin Barclay on News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
Men, we need you. I know you don't hear this a lot these days, but we need you. We need you now more than ever. We need you to be the best fathers. We need you to be the best husbands. We need you to show up on your call on a daily basis, whether it's at work or wherever your purpose takes you. We need you. And that means we need you healthy and we need you whole. If you are feeling right, maybe you got a little weight gain or muscle loss, fatigue, you're tired all the time, anxiety and depression, you're not alone. Lots of other men facing this, and it may not even be your fault. It could be low testosterone. And yes, it's caused by a number of different things. It could be anything from what you eat to just the environment, the things around you, but even age. But one thing that none of us can control. Yeah, the good news is there's help. The folks at Mentality would like to help you take your life back. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. They've got FDA-approved testosterone treatments, board-certified physicians who work with most insurance, and they know how important it is to make sure that you are at your best. Check out Mentality today. Go to lowtusa.com. That's low, the letter T, USA.com. Go to lowtusa.com and take your life back today. All right. Whoa. A little feedback there. Got a full bank of phone lines. Randy's call, I think, sparked a full bank of phone lines. I will get to your calls in just moments, folks. Never enough time, is there? We got 3 full hours today. Make sure you go on over. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you get on over and drop your turkey. Couple different ways to do that. Very simply, you can go to any of the Mel Trotter or the Mel Trotter location downtown, or you can go to Celebration Cinema North or South, and you can even give online securely at woodradio.com. When you go to our website there, we'll have that turkey up front, and of course, make sure let me show you. All right, so you go to the website and you see this little turkey. Click on him, helping folks in need, and that'll take you to the Mel Trotter website. You can make a donation there, securely give turkeys. Shows you how to do that, your donation there online. Just the same type of thing that the big Amazon and the other big stores use. So just don't drop the turkey on your toe, Tim says. Rhonda asked a question of Speaker of the House. So there is a little bit of news on that. In fact, Rhonda, I will get to that probably next hour-ish. Probably next hour-ish. But yeah, there is news. Republicans have taken back the House, it looks like. That's a projection from Decision HQ. They had an election amongst leadership for Republicans in the House yesterday. They nominated Kevin McCarthy. But the actual, I think it's January 3rd, I want to say. The actual election for Speaker of the House does not take place until I think it's January 3rd. All right, hang on one second, folks. Going to get back on the phone here, or the radio here in just a moment. Don't drop the turkey on your pet either. I saw that Mythbusters episode. Oh, no. I can't imagine that was good. Ryan says, I don't have any regular TV at home, so you're my only news source. Well, don't blame me on that TV thing. Hang on, here we go. Various different phone calls coming in at 616-774-2424. I'll squeeze a couple in here first before we get moving. By the way, 3 full hours today. You can join us again next hour. We're going to be right here. News Radio Wood 1300 1069 FM as we are dropping turkeys this morning for Mel Trotter Ministries. We appreciate you being here with us. Dan from Walker, good morning. How are you? You saw the speech last night. What did you think about it?
I did. I supported him both times when he ran before and during his presidency. But I just think what I find wrong is just like the previous guy said, the baggage that he has, but also I don't know if I can support him this time. I think I will if he wins the nomination. But he showed really bad judgment in the last when he was president from the people that he appointed. I mean, how many of these weasels turned around and stabbed him in the back afterwards? And then, like these media interviews, he just gave one not too long ago to a Washington Post reporter, and he opens up to these people as if they're a confidant, and then every one of them sticks in the back and writes a book just ripping on him. So I don't know if I can support him this time. I would much rather have DeSantis or somebody else.
It sounds like it's going to be an interesting primary.
It does. But, and then also there's a visceral reaction on the left to him where a lot of people who maybe won't vote if it's DeSantis or somebody else, that that they are going to come out for blood, and they're going to come out and they're going to show up this next time.
I appreciate the call. Thank you, my friend. We'll continue this conversation. 616-774-2424. As we continue on 3 full hours today. The reason why we're here 3 full hours is our Mel Trotter Turkey Drop, folks. Lest we forget that. I mean, it is one of the biggest days in the year for us because it means so much. You know, you've seen the price of everything. The gas to groceries is through the roof. Well, it doesn't mean we sit back and say we're not going to do anything. No, we chip in, we get together even more so to make sure that we can make an impact here at home. And of course, that's what folks are doing all throughout West Michigan. Feeding America West Michigan, big part of this today. Ken Estelle, the president and CEO, joins us right now. Ken, appreciate you being here with us. Thank you for all your hard work.
Oh, great to be here, Justin. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You see the impact that these turkeys make every single year. It's not just a turkey. You think, okay, it's a turkey. That's a good number. We talk about the big numbers that we get. But each one of those turkeys, you're talking about families being impacted. Numbers of people all together are fed by those meals.
Yeah, and we are just so excited to be a partner with Mel Trotter, and we take care of all the logistics, getting the turkeys from where they're being dropped off and getting them to families. And like you said, there are so many families in our neighborhood that are struggling even more now than during the pandemic, if you can believe that. And I know Dennis has talked about that a lot. And we see that every day. So having these turkeys just means so much to so many families. And again, Feed America West Michigan, we work with our partner with Mel Trotter and with about hundreds and hundreds of food pantries throughout West Michigan to make sure that people are getting these turkeys. And by the way, they'll probably almost all be hopefully in hands of families by the end of this week. So.
Yeah, this is incredible and how fast it happens. It's an operation. You guys have boots on the ground, people that do this work. Let me ask you, Ken, what are some of the things that you hear from those people when you bring people a turkey or a meal that they didn't think that they were going to have?
I think the biggest thing we hear is just a sense of relief. I think we don't always understand, unless you've been in that position, the stress that puts on a family when they're struggling to put food on the table. It's a constant stress, and being able to have a kind of a celebration dinner or lunch with on a holiday is a big deal when a lot of these folks would never be able to do that. And so it just it for a moment takes some of that stress away from their lives and gives them a feeling of normalcy. And that's what we're looking at. And so we see a lot of really happy faces, a lot of gratitude, but mostly just maybe a relief, like, okay, we can actually have a bit of a celebration with our family that we would never have been able to do otherwise. And it makes us feel normal for a bit. And that's what we see a lot.
You know, I hear from a lot of folks that will talk about that. The kids in particular growing up in these families say, we didn't know we didn't have anything. When you hear them, they talk about they growing up, but the stress that the parents feel often is hard to explain, because unless you've been in that position and you don't know where the next meal is coming from and how you're going to make sure those kids are fed, it can be a very tough thing and have impact, I think, on families in so many different ways. But, it doesn't have to be that way. And I think that's the point that we make as we come together on a day like today. Ken Estelle, the president and CEO, Feeding America, West Michigan. But you guys do this all year round.
Yeah. We provide food to, actually, we serve about 40 counties in Michigan, from the west side of the Lower Peninsula and all of the Upper Peninsula. And the food that we distribute out through our partners probably helps about 500,000 people throughout the year. And so we that's our job. So we try to get the food in from our various food donors and from great projects like Mel Trotter Turkey Drop, and then get that food to the families who need it, working through hundreds and hundreds of partner agencies, food pantries, meal programs, and the like that really make sure everybody that needs food has access to safe and healthy food. And that's what we're about. You
can help today, folks. The need is greater than ever before. Of course, the Mel Trotter Turkey Drop is underway. You can drop those turkeys at Celebration Cinema North or South, either location, downtown at Mel Trotter HQ, or you can also go online, woodradio.com. We've got a link there. When you see the turkey online, you'll see, just click that turkey. No, I'm not talking about Steve. I mean the actual turkey. You see that picture of that turkey? Click on that turkey and help make Thanksgiving a happy, warm, and fuzzy time this year, and help feed the folks in West Michigan. Ken, thank you so much. We appreciate all you do. God bless, my friend.
Yeah, well, thank you, Justin, and we do appreciate all that you're doing here. Just come on down and bring a turkey, and our folks are ready to take it. Short lines, no wait.
Ken Estelle, President and CEO, Feeding America, West Michigan. All right, more coming up, folks. You got still stuck with us for another couple hours here as we continue. This thing goes all the way to 7 p.m. tonight, and you can drop your turkeys at any time. They make it very convenient, as Kim just said. We're back right after this. Hang on. It's West Michigan Live. All right. Let me take these headphones off for a minute. Okay. How's everybody doing? Let me check in over on Rumble. I haven't seen Rumble in a second. Let me just see what's happening over on Rumble. Good morning, Rumblers. Hey, John, can you let the callers know we're going to try and work them in the next hour? I may have to step away for a second, guys. I got to make sure I got something taken care of here. Hang on 1 second, okay? I will be right back. Lost you on Rumble, so came over to Facebook. Rumble? Really? I got it. Looks good over on Rumble. Lots of Rumblers in there, about 400 Rumblers. Rumbling. Stand by. Be right back, folks. You won't hear me. You won't see me. But I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to take us. Very important. There are treats. There are goodies in the hallway. Listen, this time of year when they do things like this, it's a very important situation. I had to go grab a treat. So, Steve Kelly's going to join us, I think, in the studio for a little bit here. I think he knows. Can you, John, can you tell Emily we're going to talk to her about 10:15, 10:20? And who's the other one? Let me make sure. Maybe he can call that one too. Jenny from the block. Jenny from the block. So you won't be able to see him, folks, but Steve Kelly's going to sit in here. I think I might be able to. Maybe I can put the camera on him here and there. There he is. Hey, appreciate the folks checking us out over on Locals. Let me grab you quick just to see what they had to say in the chat here. Andrew and Junkman and Abel all chatting together in here. Hello, freedom-loving people. Back to work. Have a great day. God bless, Abel. Appreciate you stopping in. You see the Waukesha, Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks impact statements? Oh, yeah. It is heart-wrenching. I have seen those. And the looks on his face that he's given during the whole thing is just a... Finally got your shed installed, huh? Rumble's working fine, he says. That's good. Any news from Pat Colbeck? Yes and no. I don't know how much I can say right now. Oh, you know what? I got to tell you too. I am all. If you're folks are listening, particularly online, and spread the word. But I'm taking tomorrow off, and I'm taking Friday off. So I will go hold that baby a little bit more. Which my plan was to take a week off and hang out with that baby. It's weird, when you have a baby, you want to hold it. I don't know if you've ever experienced that or not, but. Hang on one second. Got to get back on the air, folks. Stand by. So I'm off tomorrow and Friday. All right, we need some. I think we need some turkey totals. Steve Kelly just slipped into the studio. Let me see. Do you have any connections that you can find out some totals of where we're at and what? Hang on. Which microphone are you on over there? Is that 3? All right. There you go. Is that it? 4. You're on microphone number 4.
There's a lot of them in here, man.
How do you do this?
It's a big room.
How do you do
I do the
that?
same thing. I hit buttons until I hear somebody's voice.
No wonder you don't know what time it is in here. I mean, I don't know what microphone you're on. I only have one to deal with. Steve has to figure out. Yeah, can we get a total, or do you have one? Should we?
I'm texting right now.
All right, we're gonna get a total coming up here in just a little bit, folks. If you're just tuning in, you're stuck with me and Steve too. Well, Steve's probably the treat, but you're stuck with me for 3 full hours. Today, it is a Mel Trotter turkey drop. And it's one of our most favorite days of the year because we get to come together and see just how generous this audience is. I hear a lot of things about this audience.
This thing is amazing every year. When we hit COVID, we sort of thought we hit the wall. And you have been talking about the economy. And just recently, though the economy was somehow doing pretty well. In the midst of this COVID thing for the last couple of years because of protocols, we couldn't even be out at Celebration Cinema. So now we're back, right? Broadcasting live from there, a special show tonight, 5 to 6 with cut-ins during Michigan basketball from 6 to 7 before it's all over. Though we're allowed to go back out there, now the economy's in the digs, and we're thinking, will people really have the resources? Will they have to really cut back? And we understand. You heard Mark Meyer say it from Life EMS Ambulance, one of our our key sponsors for this event, our signature sponsor. We understand your belt might be a little tight this year. But I have a new total here.
Oh, you do?
That will show you just the opposite when it comes to whatever the paradigm is between giving and feeling the crunch. We don't seem to care here in West Michigan unless it comes to giving back. And the new total after just a couple hours.
Should we do a drum roll here?
Sure. Do you have one?
We got a drum roll. Hang on. Here we go.
Just a couple hours of the 19th annual turkey drop for Mel Trotter Ministries, brought to you by Life EMS Ambulance. We are up to 2,455 turkeys.
Wow. That is great. What a big number. That's amazing. Now, what's our goal this year?
Well, we had said 5,000 because we wanted to mention something.
Yeah.
And that was leagues above what we had done years before. But last year we did over 6,000. So we have thought optimistically, if we did over 6,000, it'd be great. And what you need to know is every single one of those birds represents a special holiday meal for a family that wouldn't get one.
Yeah.
So think of your family as you prepare for the busy holidays, and we get it. You're worried more about logistics and who can come and who can't make it.
Yeah.
But there are families here in West Michigan that won't get
and
a meal.
Who can make it. You might be worried about that.
Yeah, well, that's another story. I'm sure my family's thinking that about me.
Yeah, no, but you're right. This is times are tough. You take a listen to how much price of everything's going.
Let me show you some price comparisons here. A carton of eggs. This is supposed to be the cheap protein, right? Well, up 43% year over year. Wow. And milk, it's up 14% year over year. Maybe you thought you'd save some money with fruits and vegetables. Well, those are up 9% too. Coffee up 14%. And let me tell you, if you're a cook and you use butter, 33% year over year increase from October to October. Now, all of this means that Thanksgiving is going to be much more expensive. And you can't substitute anything for the turkey, right?
I guess you could. I don't think you want to. But, some people want to see bugs, Steve. No, I'd rather not.
Because the price is up 16% year over year. Even potatoes are up 15%. And people use potatoes to kind of stretch their meal if they can't afford a lot of protein.
I don't know. We just like potatoes. I mean, that's kind of how I am.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. I'm kind of starchy myself.
So things cost more. Now, the good thing about the turkey this year is that a lot of these stores have done turkeys as doorbusters. So they're cheaper. Because they want to get people in the door so you spend more. Well, I'm not saying that we can't help these stores at the same time, but we want to be able to get these turkeys in the hands of people that need them. And, of course, your chance to do that, you can drop them off Celebration Cinema North South. And, of course, you can go to the Mel Trotter HQ or online. You can simply give securely and safely online, woodradio.com.
Yeah, it's an easy link right over there. And I get it. A lot of people have their hand out this time of year for a lot of very worthy causes. We fully endorse this great nonprofit and the others that are involved with it. You talk to Feeding America, West Michigan. They're on board as an ancillary because of the overflow and are blessed to be able to get it. So thank you, first and foremost.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go, though, to feed as many families as we can.
We will get there with your help. We will make that happen. Big announcement last night, Mar-a-Lago.
Is you, the American people. It's true. The American people, the greatest people on earth. We love them all. And we love both sides. We're going to bring people together. We're going to unify people. And it was happening in the previous administration.
Trump last night saying this will just not be my campaign. It'll be our campaign.
This will not be my campaign. This will be our campaign all together.
We're just talking to some folks on the phone lines this morning, too, about the big announcement, where you stand on that. And, of course, various different answers this morning. It's 616-774-2424. One thing I will say is no matter what you hear from the media and folks like, the talking heads, I would never count him out. It is going to be an interesting couple of years as things are already starting to heat up. But Chris from Hamilton on line one, want to make sure we get to you this morning. Appreciate you calling in.
Hey, Justin. I have a face for radio, but I definitely don't have a voice for radio, so I'll do the best that I can. Yeah, I got to disagree with your previous two callers. The fact of the matter is, the reason we need to back up Trump is because of his baggage. Because his baggage are things like the fact that I've got a 2.38% mortgage on my house. His economy made that happen. Now we're looking at 8% mortgages or whatever. I build houses for a living, or I frame houses for a living. My livelihood depends on that economy going that way. And his baggage is an economy that we could build and sell houses that people wanted that could afford to live in. I mean, I can go on down the list of all the things. Obviously, gas prices, all this stuff. Yeah. We all look at that now. It's all become cliche to the point where we don't even realize Trump's baggage is exactly why we need to back up a guy like this. I mean, the bottom line is, DeSantis sounds like a great guy. And I think that if DeSantis can withstand all these jabs and pokes from Donald Trump, he proves that he's even a better guy for the future. But right now, Donald Trump has proven time and time again, he could fight off impeachments. He could fight off the media. He could fight off all of that stuff. We can't jump on board with these January 6th Democrats or even the people like Liz Cheney and say, oh, no, we shouldn't elect him. I mean, we don't agree with that, but no, we think that he's got too much baggage or whatever coming along with him. I just can't agree with that. The reason he won so much for us is because of his fighting spirit. That's the baggage we want.
Yeah, I get count him out. Don't ever count him out. Who knows? I know there's been various pushes to push him. We kept hearing, "Oh, this is it. This is going to do it. That's going to no. Wait a minute. This is finally it. We finally
exactly."
But never count the man out. What did you think about the speech last night?
I actually didn't listen to it. I don't like those political speeches, even from people I love. So I'll be entirely honest with you. I knew he was going to announce. I saw that coming from a mile and a half away. So I was, whatever. But, when I saw that coming, I've already been hearing this chatter among conservatives, I don't think he should run again because of what? Because you've been listening to CNN, because you've been listening to MSNBC and the Democrats, they've been lying about him all along. We know that. So we're going to say, well, their lies are pretty effective, so we're going to go, what? Come on. Why are we thinking that way? He fought for us. He got bloodied up for us. And then we're going to say, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. And he'll only be smoother and smarter and more capable this time around because he's been beaten up more than anybody else in probably conservative history for all I know. And that guy's going to be able to fight in a better way. If DeSantis runs, I love DeSantis because he's got a much longer career ahead of him than Trump does. I get that. And to me, I look at him as a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So who would I back up? I don't know. I really love Trump, though, because Trump has shown that he's got the chops, and the fangs will come out on our behalf when it comes to Trump.
Chris, appreciate the call this morning. Great points all around. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
616-774-2424. There is also another way to do it. You can weigh in. You can sound off, rant, rave, ask a question, whatever you like on our iHeartRadio app. Just click that microphone button right next to the play button. And MKD Funeral Homes making the talkback feature very simple and easy to use. Sean is in Jenison this morning. Good morning, Sean. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I appreciate a lot of the things Donald Trump did as president, as somebody in the legal field. I love the judges he appointed. The last caller, the last hour took a lot of my thunder about concerns with some of the things of Trump appointing people. I hope with Trump's campaign, he runs on the issues and the accomplishments he did. I'll be honest, I would support DeSantis. I've been a huge fan of his for a long time. I've admired the job he's done in Florida. He's taken the heat down there. I think his resume, just from front to back, is more impressive than Mr. Trump's is. And he flawlessly executed his game plan down in Florida. He doesn't get distracted by Twitter wars with what Bette Midler might have said about him. He just focuses on winning and getting the job done. And if Donald Trump wants to sit here and attack DeSantis personally and then call him an average governor, how else is a conservative base supposed to take that other than just an outright lie? DeSantis is a fantastic governor. And, DeSantis was the one who smartened up and said, wait a minute, I'm not buying what Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci are selling. Trump didn't do anything with those two people when they were working with him on the federal government. That's another thing for people to consider. That being said, if Trump wins the nomination, I'm certainly going to support him over any Democrat. But I would just urge people that when we have a good candidate who has just as much of the conservative credentials that Mr. Trump has, and he's more focused and more disciplined and younger and a new face, we need to strongly consider him. If Trump's going to be attacking DeSantis and calling him a fraud and so forth, what does that say? And I would just urge people to consider that and see what happens over the next 6 months.
I appreciate the call, Sean. Thank you very much for your first call in. I think very well done the first time in. Very nice. I like it. Look, you know, there's going to be various different opinions on this all across the board, folks. And until we get to an actual announcement from a DeSantis or until we get to a primary, I think it's going to remain to be seen where we head here. Certainly, I'll have my preferences. I might have my thoughts, and eventually maybe I'll give you some of those as well. But last night's announcement was very presidential, different tone, and I think we'll continue to see some good feedback from that. But I want to hear from you in the meantime. 3 full hours, we'll check in, talk turkey coming up in just a little bit. The Mail Trotter Turkey Drop continues. Celebration Cinema North and South. You can drop your turkeys there or Mail Trotter HQ downtown or online virtually. All you got to do is go to woodradio.com. The need is greater now than ever before, folks. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to do a quick big 3 when we come back because I forgot to do that top of the hour, and I think we got to make sure everyone hears the stories that are being discussed. Lots of different big stories on there. Yeah. Did you see they got the rocket off? Now, I'm not talking about the missiles, the Russian missiles. That's a whole nother story. But historic rocket launch out of Florida last night. Get to that, too, coming up here in just a little bit. Rochelle says if DeSantis endorses Trump, people will stop the DeSantis running talk. I think DeSantis is trying to figure out where he's going to go right now. I think he is planned on running. From whatever behind the scenes they've got a committee or something set up there. They've got a team. So I don't know that we're going to get out of this without those two going head to head. I don't know where it's going to go. But yeah, that would be my thoughts. Rand, I'm happy you get tomorrow and Friday off to hold your babies. Oh, thank you. I am excited about that too. Now, there is a chance I could come back. There is some news I won't tell you. There's some news that's bubbling behind the scenes. It's big news. And if this happens, I will come back. So I can't talk about everything. I don't always get to tell you everything that's happening, but I can't talk about it all. However, I will if it does break, I will be here. When news breaks, it was usually our fault. I got to get some text messages too. Lots of folks on the texting today. I'll make sure I get to yours. Hang on, folks.
West Michigan Live with Justin Barkley on News Radio 1500 and 106.9 FM.
You can sound off, rant, rave, ask a question, anything you want to get off your chest. I'd love to hear from you this morning. You can also do that on the iHeartRadio app when you click that microphone button right next to the play button. That's our talkback feature. Thanks to the folks at MKD Funeral Homes. And thanks to them for sponsoring this hour in our Mel Trotter Turkey Drop today. Lots of great folks coming together to make sure that we make this day possible. Matthijs Kuiper de Graaf, MKD Funeral Homes. Great folks. And I got to tell you, they're always willing to help out in the community in so many different ways. We appreciate their support. Let me bring you up to speed on what's going on right now. Yeah, the stories that matter most. Like I said, you'll be talking about these around the water cooler, the dinner table, no matter where you are. Powered by our good friends at Heartland Home Mortgage. Story number one, President Trump announcing he will seek the Republican presidential nomination in 2024. We've been talking about that all morning long. More big news. Republicans have regained control of the House. At least that's the projection, according to Decision Desk HQ. They say Republicans have won that majority in the U.S. House with at least 218 seats. A call made after Kevin Kiley, a Republican, declared the winner in California, of all places, their third congressional district. 14 races remain uncalled. Republicans pretty much assured of winning at least 218 seats, they say. Yet to make that call, Fox, CNN, and other networks have not chimed in just yet. McCarthy, somebody asked me about what about the speaker race? Well, McCarthy has won the nomination yesterday in the vote that took place. It was a secret vote, took place yesterday in the House. The nomination, 188 votes. The actual vote for Speaker of the House won't come until, I believe that's January 3rd. And third, a big rocket launch yesterday. No, not the missiles that weren't Russian missiles, apparently, in Poland, but the historic Artemis 1 mission taking flight early this morning, late last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. NASA making the way to return astronauts to the moon for the first time in 50 years. And have you watched any of the video of that? Pretty incredible to see some of that stuff come together and, watching all the behind-the-scenes work. The stuff that takes place in places like, Huntsville and Alabama and all throughout the world to make these things a reality. Again, just proof of what we can do when we do come together, like we are today. In fact, Mel Trotter Turkey Drop is underway. Emily Lokes joins us right now, the folks at Celebration. Appreciate you being here with us, Emily. How are you?
Good morning. It's snow, and I'm going to be one of the rare ones that says that I'll just enjoy that for the next 2 months, and then I'm done. But today, I'm enjoying this turn of the season.
It certainly is. It is a season. It's something nice in the beginning here, but then you get to about mid-January and you start to go, wait a minute. But that's the price we pay for living in Michigan, particularly in West Michigan. Well, it's going to get colder, and families are in need this year more than ever because of the way things are. We just see that, the costs of everything have gone up, but that doesn't stop us from coming together. In fact, that just sort of reignites the fire inside of us to make sure that folks and families have that Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Yeah, I think that this has been a couple of years that has just highlighted both the things that are broken and the things that work really well about our communities, our neighborhoods, and broader world. And one of the things that has made it really a sweet time for many of us is the neighborliness and the ways that we can be responsive to each other and the ways that we've seen that play out. I just read this morning that the turkey drop has been going on for 19 years. Lisa Verhill was with Wood, and she posted about it this morning, and she said that it was inspired by like a helicopter or an airplane drop that involved turkeys in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Emily, you've never seen WKRP where as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. You never saw that episode?
I did not. This is new to me. But the idea that we can just drop unexpected, love surprises on each other is pretty delightful.
You gotta go back and watch that. It's a great episode. But Emily Lokes, you guys come together every year, Celebration, both at North and South this year to drop off those turkeys. but you guys are always involved in the community.
Well, thank you. I think it's the thing that makes our lives feel worthwhile and rich is this coming together and bringing people together. We hope that can happen in our spaces and around movies, but in many other ways, and are just glad to have opportunities to help encourage that. And the turkey drop is one of them. I mean, we know that there are needs within our community, and this is just one way that we can serve each other and look out for each other and create a little joy in this upcoming season.
Absolutely. Emily Lugs, thank you for all you do. Again, Mel Trotter, the turkey drop happen again. You can be a part of it as we speak. Drop those turkeys. Celebration Cinema North and South or downtown at the Mel Trotter HQ, online at woodradio.com. Thank you, Emily.
Have a great morning.
You too. God bless. And by the way, here's the classic line.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
It may have been a sort of a tongue-in-cheek thing that started years ago, but it's become something very real, very important. We appreciate the role you play, because without you listening to this very radio station, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen without you. You make it possible. Thank you so much. Back with more. We'll continue the phone calls, the conversations, and more. 3 full hours jam-packed in. It's West Michigan Live. Okay. Stand by. What else we got going on? What else is going on? Yes, let me make sure I put that in the link here if you guys want to go. woodradio.com. Stand by. Okay. What else do we want to FTX? Oh, man, I got audio from that today. Thank you for the reminder. And this stuff, I don't know how they get away with this. If the Republicans have control of the House, there tends to be, it looks like, a move for more investigations. We're already starting to hear some of the talk of that this morning. That needs to happen. Hang on one second, folks. All right. We got a good call or two coming up, too. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. That was that was a classic line. Oh, here, let me play it for you.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Now they can fly, by the way. Wild turkeys. That episode, they dropped a bunch of turkeys out of a helicopter, if I remember it correctly. But I don't remember what the story was, a contest, or there was some sort of, maybe you remember WKRP. It was WKRP in Cincinnati. And there's Herb coming back talking to me. I thought the turkeys, I thought they could fly.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Well, they can. They can. Oh, here's some of the turkey drop from.
All right, fellow babies, and now it's time to go to our live remote man on the scene at the Pinedale Shopping Mall for the big WKRP turkey giveaway. So take it away, Les Nessman.
This is Les Nessman, your man on the scene here at the Pinedale Shopping Center, where the excitement is mounting. We're here to witness the big WKRP Turkey Thanksgiving giveaway. Hey, you got permission to be out here? What? You're blocking my store here, buddy. Don't you know who I am? I'm Les Nessman. I won the Buckeye News Hawk Award last year. Good for you, Buckeye. Now get out of my doorway.
That's good. It's a classic show. They don't make them like that anymore, do they? They don't make them like that anymore. Yeah, turkeys can fly. Yeah, we get quite a few wild turkeys in our yard, in our neighborhood, and they do. They fly. In fact, it's kind of crazy when you see, because they're big. Those are big birds. No pun intended. But when you see those things going, holy moly. All right. Hang on one second. For me to jump back on the radio here in just a moment. They fly a short distance, not from a 5,000 feet out of a helicopter. That's right. Terry, I don't know how high they had them up in that helicopter for the story there, but they do. They roost up in the trees. They're aggressive too, Tammy says. They roost up in the tops of those trees. I mean, you watch them go, big birds. I'm kind of taken back by it. In the world? Oh no. That thing is moving. Okay. Oh my gosh. I got a text message. I'm still getting these crazy text messages. Who sends these? Oh, it's Move On. MoveOn.org. And they've already started, folks. They've already started the campaign against Trump. Make Trump lose again. And they want you to donate to their campaign. Turkeys only fly windshield high. Hang on, folks. Back on the air here in just a moment. Welcome in. It's News Radio 1300 and 106.9 FM, and it's Turkey Drop Day. Thanks to our good friends at the Matthijs Kuiper de Graaf Funeral Homes, NKD. They're making it happen this hour, making this hour possible. They're in our Mel Trotter Turkey Drop. You can, too. Drop your turkey, frozen, the frozen bird, in person, Celebration Cinema North or South, or at the Mel Trotter headquarters downtown. You can do it there. Love to hear you. From what I heard, Mary, on the phone, you're actually going to be dropping a bird a little bit later on this morning, it sounds like.
You're darn right.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate you calling in. Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. But you know what? I think it's really important. So I think that, we're going to be dropping that off today. The other thing I want to say is I want to put my 2 cents in about Trump.
Sure.
I would vote for him 110%. And also, what I want to, I'm going to vote for him no matter what. I think he was the best president, and I think I'm definitely going to go and vote for him. And off the subject a little bit here, stupid is what stupid does. That's how we ended up with Whitler.
Well, I got to tell you, we are out after this second election here, and we're moving on. Things have already started. I just got a text message. I showed people I already got the moveon.org. So they've already started now the campaign against, and they want you to donate money to make Donald Trump lose again, is what what they said. So you can bet that people are going to be out in full force. As we should, I think to myself, can we get a break? Can we get a break between election cycles? But I guess it turns out that's not gonna happen.
No, I don't think so. I mean, when he announced last night that he was going to run, they already started on it. About doing something that he couldn't apply, or for the presidency. He did something that, they just started on him. I think it's ridiculous, and I just feel for him.
Mary, thank you for your call. Thank you for donating today. We appreciate that, help and support feed the folks here in West Michigan that need it most. The need is greater than ever. Of course, our turkey drop is underway.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Okay. You are very welcome. Have a very pleasant day.
Hey, you too. God bless. Mary there with her 2 cents. And Steve, 2 cents doesn't get you what it used to.
No.
With inflation and whatnot.
Tell you add a few and you get to $20 and that'll buy you a turkey. And that's the denomination that we're working with right now.
So we're going to get some the latest numbers coming up here in a second. But first, I got to play this for you. A lot of people been hearing about this FTX. You probably say, what is this cryptocurrency scam, this craziness back and forth on this FTX? The thing has gone kaput. And, they've been trying to figure out exactly what happened here. They were taking money from Ukraine. Apparently, we were sending money to Ukraine. Ukraine put money into this FTX, this cryptocurrency company. And then on top of it, this guy turned back around, and the guy's named Sam Bankman-Fried, the kid who founded this thing. He was donating money to the Democrat Party to the tune of, by the way, the second most powerful donor, I guess the second biggest donor for the Democrat Party. Citadel CEO Ken Griffin in a talk with the Bloomberg folks just the other day talking about this and what was actually on the balance sheet. What a wild revelation here. Listen to this and what he has to say about what was actually on their records.
On the balance sheet of FTX is a line called Trump lose. And Sam was the second biggest donor to Democratic candidates.
I'm going to leave it to everybody else to draw their own conclusions about what you're saying here.
The Bloomberg News guy just kind of sitting there going, I don't know what to say about this. FTX story is probably going to be one of the bigger stories that we see or hear in the days to come. It's probably going to be one of the biggest stories that we see or hear in the days to come, because I think it's going to make Enron look like child's play. And I don't know that it was only Democrats. I think there were probably a lot of politicians that were wrapped up in this cryptocurrency. They were trying to get laws made and policy pushed, and there was lobbying done and all of that. Speaking of Ukraine, Biden was out talking about this missile that was or wasn't from Russia. He says right now it doesn't look like it, and thank goodness we probably find ourselves in World War III right now.
This missile was fired from Russia.
There is preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say that till we completely investigate, but it is. It's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia.
It's unlikely. We're going to find out more about that in the days to come as well. So stay tuned. We'll give you the latest on that. as that information continues to roll in. These are very, these are touchy times. I think that's probably the best way to put it as we continue to see what's happening. Of course, he's still overseas as well on his trip. And I think there was some sort of meeting or something, G20, that he wasn't able to make last night. The details on that continue. We'll give you the latest as well when we talk these stories and more. Anything you want to add to the conversation, you can at 616-774-2424. Or you can jump online with MKD and, of course, the iHeartRadio Talkback feature and sound off there. Steve, do we have a new number, a new total?
I'm working. Operators are standing by.
Operators are standing by.
Just as an update, the last time we checked in the last half hour, 2,455 turkeys.
Wow. That's an incredible number. And again, we are shooting for 5,000 this year. We know the need is greater than ever before. So we need your help to get there. And of course, feed these families in West Michigan. You can help us do that. Drop a turkey off at either Celebration Cinema North or South, or you can drop a turkey off at Mel Trotter headquarters downtown. Go online, virtually make that donation.
They run out of fingers and toes to count, so we'll get an update after the commercial break.
Woodradio.com. Hang on, folks. Hang on, folks. Got to do some phones here. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know there's no. So I had to talk to some of these people on the phones that are calling it. We're flying blind today. We're doing our best. We are walking it without a tightrope without a net right now. Please excuse me. Appreciate you hanging with us, though. The folks that are hanging, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, Getter, YouTube, all the usual suspects. Steve Kelly's hanging out with us here. And how about the Rona report? I don't have much in a Rona report today, but I'll see what I can scare up for you. How about that? Let me see what I can scare up for you. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Steve, do you give so just so you know, we're on the live stream. So I don't want Steve to be thinking that because he cusses like a sailor. That's Steve Kelly. I mean, you gotta let him know. I'm kidding. But do you guys do turkeys or do you do it, online? You do a check? What do you guys usually do when you donate? Like actual turkeys?
You're talking about the Kelly family?
Yeah.
We're usually online.
Online donators.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Well, it's less lifting. And
we know that as things, hey, save this. Let's save this
All
for
right.
because this is a good conversation. I think this will be a good one. Hang on. Hang on, folks. 20 seconds. We're back on the radio. I did saw that, Elizabeth. That was horrible. What a sad story. Stand by, folks. An extended 3-hour version today for the Mel Trotter Turkey Trot. Folks, it's one of our most favorite days of the year. Getting to come together with the community, folks here in West Michigan to make a difference and make an impact. And, it doesn't happen without folks like you. It doesn't happen without folks like Don, who just called. In fact, Don's on the phone line right now. Steve Kelly in studio with me right now. Get a load of this. Don just went to the grocery store in Hudsonville. It sounded like he just dropped by, and then you went to the apparently the theater over there, and you just made a donation.
Yes, I did, because the grocery store has a sale on the turkeys for 53 cents a pound, and I'm a senior, so I get a senior discount.
Yes,
so
nice.
I bought 4 of the turkeys, and the only stipulation to it, the trick to it, is that you gotta be a club member, and you have to do one at a time.
Oh,
but
okay.
It was well worth the time to spend to do that, to get them 4 turkeys, and I would have done more if I could have.
Don, what is the name of the grocery store? And you went by Celebration South, it sounds like?
Yeah, because it's family fare.
Okay.
I didn't know if I could mention that or not, but
Yep. No, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate that. Thank you for the heads up. And thank you for your very generous donation, Don. That's very nice of you. Thank you, sir.
oh, you're very welcome. Glad to do it.
You make this possible, and we appreciate the help of folks like you. Somebody told me Meyer was 55 cents a pound. Elizabeth says she found a 20-pound turkey for $11. You can't beat it. And again, that's what makes this all possible. People like Don, who just called in and want to help in generous ways, whether again you give the actual turkey or in different ways. Steve, how do you do this in the Steve Kelly family?
Oh, this is done online
Okay.
because there's less lifting. If I could redirect DoorDash to do it, I would find.
I see. Yeah. No, that makes it. Well, Alfresco Landscapes, who generally do the heavy lifting for you.
They're sponsoring the 3:00 hour. I should have bought them then and then had them taking them out of my car.
They're
How's
going to
that?
do the heavy lifting for you later at 3:00, right? So they'll be in and they'll try to take care of a couple of turkeys for you there at Celebration Cinnamon North.
Quickly, Midwest Industrial Lumber did 500 turkeys. Hutchinson
Whoa,
Vibration.
wait a minute. Stop. Wait, don't just run past that. Say that again. They did 500 turkeys?
Midwest Industrial Lumber. Hutchinson Vibration Control
Wow.
Systems did 100 turkeys as well.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing. 100 turkeys and 500 turkeys. And what are the names of these companies again?
That is Midwest Industrial Lumber
Yeah.
and Hutchinson Vibration Control Systems.
Thank you to your generous gifts. Man, that is That is incredible. Whether it's one turkey or it's 100 or 500, man, every little bit goes a long way. And I got to tell you, this really makes a big difference in the impact. You think about a family sitting together on Thanksgiving without anything to eat. Well, many families throughout West Michigan will have something to eat because of the generous gifts and the efforts of folks like you listening today. Jenny Walters joins us right now. Revive Thrift Shop. Jenny, appreciate you being here with us today. How are you?
Yeah, we wanted to, just be a part of this, cause. And we understand the need is great out there. And we were trying to do something intentional about supporting a cause this Thanksgiving. And our management team got together and we were coming up with Mel Trotter's turkey drop. So, yeah, we'd love to be a part of this, where we're not going to deal with the heavy lifting, but, we'll definitely take in the monetary donations here at the store. So.
Well, that's wonderful. So what happened? People are coming by the store and they're dropping off donations there as well. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, financial donations. Yeah, we started collecting on November 3, and we're going to keep collecting for Mel Trotter's turkey drop through this Saturday. So far I think we have maybe $200 collected. Hey. So that's about 10 turkeys, and we just thought it's a small way we can help, and every little bit counts. So
$200, that'll get you a few turkeys, that's for sure. Steve, what's that count? You do the math. I know you're good with numbers.
That's about 10 turkeys. I believe she did the math.
There
we
you go.
We should be good right there.
There you go.
Well done.
Wow. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And, I tell you, folks coming together, and chances are those are little donations here and there, but boy, they really add up, Jenny. They really do.
They do. And, just hoping maybe we can be an avenue on this side of West Michigan. Just, we're not near the Celebration Cinemas, but hey, people can stop in if they'd like to make a financial donation, and we'll securely get it to Mel Trotter's turkey drop.
Revive Thrift Shop. Where are you guys located again?
Sure. We're located at 3675 Baldwin Street. We're right in the Georgetown Plaza in Hudsonville. We're easy to find right on the main road there on Baldwin Street.
Absolutely. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your efforts. And thank you for all you do throughout the year, Jenny.
All right. Well, we're happy to help in this way.
Absolutely. God bless.
I have a new total when you are ready.
We have a new total? All right. Let me get that drum roll ready here.
What are we paying this guy? Is he from the symphony?
Well, he's union, so...
the new total as of 10:55 Eastern Standard Time. Once again, sorry, I'm stalling.
Yeah,
2,584 turkeys.
We're halfway there, folks. Halfway there.
Holy smoke!
Wow, that is awesome. Congratulations, Steve Kelly, getting there. And this is the time of day where things kind of, noon on in, kind of slow down, and then they pick back up again. But you'll have a lunchtime rush out there dropping turkeys. You see a lot of folks getting together. Let's talk about that. You got an office or a business, and you're sitting there listening to this, thinking to yourself, I'd like to help out. Well, we do. Well, get the challenge together, go around, collect a few bucks from everybody in the office, and drop a few bucks by. You don't have to. You can take some time, go get the turkeys, or you can drop a few bucks by too.
Nothing compares to actually being there and seeing it thunder off a bunch of other frozen turkeys into one of the collection booths and the smiling faces. But listen, we're busy. We got stuff to do. If you just want to make a donation, and it's easier to do online, woodradio.com will take you right to meltrotter.org.
Yeah, and those donations, again, this year, as you know, it is the times. We looking at what we're facing, everything from gas to groceries has gone up. Energy costs have gone up. I've seen a number of reports about how folks are finding it harder and harder, particularly right now, to make their payments on their electric bill, keep their gas on, things like that. Maybe get the propane or whatever it is. These are times that people are going to have to make, and they've had to make some tough calls. Thanksgiving should not be one of those. And we want to make sure that these families do have a chance to get together around that table and give thanks, as we all do, for all of the abundance we have in West Michigan, and do our part to make sure that everyone can eat this Thanksgiving.
Every one of these birds feeds a family in West Michigan. So this outreach between now and 7 o'clock. And as was just mentioned, we'll keep that donation open through the end of the week as well, just in case you're really busy. But it's important to know it all stays right here.
There you go. Woodradio.com. Make your donations securely, safely, online. Virtual turkeys you can give there. Woodradio.com. Make sure you get that done as well. All right, folks, taking a break. We're back. You got another hour yet. Still stuck with us here. An extended version of West Michigan Live. Our turkey drop continues from Wood Radio.
You need coffee or
All right, folks. Paulie says, do you guys remember when Kmart stores had a day where they helped little kids buy and wrap presents for their family? My kids did that once, and it meant so much to them. We need more community programs like that. That sounds like fun. I like that. Let me take these headphones off for a second. It could kind of give you a headache if you wear those things. And of course, I got to crank them up. I have to crank them up. I'm missing out on some of the talk over on Rumble this morning. Sorry, guys. What are we talking about? Little prepping. I need a nap, Roxanne. I kind of do. I kind of do need a nap. I could use one. But this is of a newborn. Not a lot of sleep. Steve says he can wear a gaming headset for 8 hours easy. Isn't that something? Family is doing great, Sherry. Mom and little baby Anna doing great. Ada's doing great. I have a little bit of a cold, but going around the house. But that's all kind of wrapping up now. Thankfully. I'm taking some time tomorrow and Friday, and I will be off. Just a heads up. Hang on. All right. Am I gonna hunt, Sherry? Oh boy, that would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice? All right. We have Toys for Tots motorcycle ride every year. That's cool, Tammy. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything here, folks. All right. Hang on one second, folks. I got to take a quick break. I will be right back.
Twenty-four. It's West Michigan Live with Justin Barkley on Wood Radio.
It is Turkey Day, and hour 3 is just getting started on our extended edition here of the Mel Trotter Turkey Day. One of our favorite days of the entire year. Turkey drop happens every year, and folks throughout West Michigan give in, I just think, the most generous ways. We have such a great family of listeners here at Little Radio and many others throughout the area that say step up. And it does not matter what the circumstances say. We are going to make sure that no one goes without this Thanksgiving, and we appreciate you being here with us for that.
News, weather, and traffic. And the biggest stories of the day. We're talking about what matters most in West Michigan and beyond. This is the Big Three. Now today's Big Three.
Yes, folks, the stories that matter most, the ones you'll be talking about around the water cooler, the dinner table, no matter where you are. Our Big Three powered by Heartland Home Mortgage. Give Dave Galloway and the team a call to find out how they can help you. Or go online to hhmlending.com. A couple of big stories we're looking at today.
Number 1.
Of course, President Trump making the big announcement from Mar-a-Lago. One of the biggest stories out of the announcement yesterday that he would run for 2024 for election in 2024 was that he would get rid of all the Biden COVID mandates. In fact, he would have the military folks that were fired or discharged, we would have them reinstated and issue an apology.
We will abolish every Biden COVID mandate and rehire every patriot who was fired from our military with an apology and full back pay.
It was a standard fare, long form, very presidential from Mar-a-Lago. Various reaction happening for that this morning. I'm sure we'll continue to hear more of that. More big news. Republicans regaining control of the House, according to Decision Desk HQ. Their projections saying Republicans will win the majority in the House, at least 218 seats. The call comes after Kevin Kiley, a Republican there, declared the winner there in California, of all places, in the 3rd Congressional District. Now, CNN, Fox News, I'm still looking at, they still have not called this yet. So we are waiting on that to happen. But yesterday, the nominations happened in the House secret vote. Kevin McCarthy nominated to be the Speaker of the House, or Republicans on that side of things. The latest, as that vote won't actually take place until January 3rd, coming up. Arizona gubernatorial race could be headed to a recount. It's just simple math and a new law. The current margin is tight. Katie Hobbs having 50.4% of the vote. Carrie Lake, 49.6%. New state law says a recount triggered when the margin is less than or equal to 0.5%. So could be an interesting time down in Arizona as things continue to heat up. We're watching in Georgia as well, as they go to a runoff down in Georgia, and all hands are on deck for all of it. Join the program at any time, folks. You can do it. 616-774-2424. Folks that are making big news, Greg Abbott down in Florida invoking an invasion clause, preparing to deploy the National Guard, gunboats, and more to secure Texas border, and even going as far as to declare those drug cartels down there terrorist organizations. It's a new move we haven't seen or heard much about when it comes to Greg Abbott, but he's been working with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, sending some of these folks throughout the country to different places, other places like Chicago. In some places, we've seen the continued efforts there. Big news coming out of the world population. See this? We hit 8 billion people. 8 billion. 8 billion people. Now, there's going to be some people that aren't happy about that. I don't know why. It's just wacky to think, well, we got too many people. You know, there's just too many people. Well, we're doing our part because we're told that, it says that we got enough population of 8 billion. We're hearing a lot about population decline and collapse in some ways. They say the growth is slowing down. No, that's not the Russians attacking, folks. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's see. Weather radio. There we go. We're fine. No, it's good. It just automatically shuts off. Steve Kelly came charging in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, he came charging in here and said, what is that? No, we're fine. I know Biden may have the codes, but I think we're okay. We're good right now. They do a test every week, and that's just what that was. But we're doing our best. We got 2 now we've added to the list for population. Being rebels. You know, I know it's crazy in 2022 to think about this, to talk about it, but starting a family, you know, to traditions like, I don't know, having kids. You know, a lot of that with nowadays, it seems like it's kind of hit or miss. You've got some of the newer generations that don't, they're not really worried about it. They don't want to have kids, and some people are calling themselves childless and very happy about celebrating that fact. But I got to tell you, I mean, this is one of the things I noted the other day. I saw this. Somebody had posted this online, and these 2 individuals. I'm so happy and child. I thought to myself, I don't I got to tell you, I don't think I ever really knew what love was until I held my child for the first time. I mean, yeah, I love my wife and I love my family and hey, I even love you. You listen to this program, you listen to a radio station and you help out and you give these turkeys every year. Boy, I tell you, I love you too, but I just don't really necessarily know that I really got it until I held that little baby. And at the time, born 27 weeks, 2 pounds, 6 ounces. I don't think I really knew what love was. And then her sister. I don't think you're capable of knowing in some ways. Certainly not capable of knowing necessarily and understanding my faith fully and completely until I had kids. It just changes you so much and in such dramatic ways. As a father, you being responsible for somebody that you just, they'll never be able to pay you back fully. Now, hopefully you live long enough and the tables turn and they got to take care of you, raise them well enough and they don't go too far. Maybe they help take care of you when you need it. But what a blessing. Tammy's right. On the behind the scenes live stream, we're over on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, and all the usual places today. Tammy says, all babies a blessing from God. I can tell you, I know that much is a fact. So you imagine if families are getting together this holiday and they're facing the fact that they may not be able to have a Thanksgiving. They're facing the fact that they just maybe don't know where that next meal is going to come from. They call it food insecurity, but it's a real thing. Right now, the bills, the cost of everything, gas, groceries, energy, you talk about what you're going to pay when you flip on your electric, or what you might have to pay when you pay your gas bill, or even water bills have gone up. Everything costs more now. And there are folks that are having to make the tough decision about what it is that they're going to be able to afford here and there. Will they have a Thanksgiving dinner? Maybe they don't have a place to go. And, homelessness, Mel Trotter deals with this on a daily basis. Folks are living paycheck to paycheck. And I think a lot of us maybe just don't realize how close some of us are. One little downturn here or there. And folks, we're on rocky ground these days.
Let me show you some price comparisons here. A carton of eggs, this is supposed to be the cheap protein, right? Well, up 43% year over year. And milk, it's up 14% year over year. Maybe you thought you'd save some money with fruits and vegetables. Well, those are up 9% too. Coffee up 14%. And let me tell you, if you're a cook and you use butter, 33% year over year increase from October to October. Now, all of this means that Thanksgiving is going to be much more expensive. And you can't substitute anything for the turkey, right? Well, guess what? You're going to have sticker shock because the price is up 16% year over year. Even potatoes are up 15%. And people use potatoes to kind of stretch their meal if they can't afford a lot of protein. You want pumpkin pie? Well, guess what? You're going to be paying a lot more for that as well.
Everything up again. Everything up, the cost of it all. But you can help, folks, because right now, turkeys, they're running sales. They're running deals on these turkeys to get people in the door, doorbusters. So you can help with a donation of a frozen turkey. And by the way, these meals go, the overflow, every year we do this, they go to all these different food banks throughout West Michigan. They feed families up and down, all the way from Cadillac to Kalamazoo and a lot of places. You just would not even begin to imagine the impact that you can make. You can make your donation in person at Celebration Cinema North or South, the Mel Trotter headquarters downtown Grand Rapids, or you can also come together and make that donation online, woodradio.com. Safe and secure. I want to thank one of our great sponsors for making it happen today, Seaver and Associates. Or Cyber and Associates, rather. Cyber and Associates. Appreciate their efforts in making all of this happen today at our Mel Trotter Turkey Drop with your help. I heard it was the 19th year. Is that correct? 19? Holy smokes. And don't forget, none of this happens without the generous donations from folks just like you. Back with more in our extended program today, 3 full hours. Mel Trotter Turkey Drop on Wood Radio.
Where the truth isn't negotiable. It's West Michigan Live with Justin Barkley on News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
Saving money has never been more important. We all have to make sure our financial house is in order, especially.
I don't know why you got kicked off, Karen. I didn't do it. We didn't restart or anything. I have no clue. Sometimes Facebook can be funny like that. Sometimes it can be wild. Virtual dining. What the heck is... I'm going to have to find out. Stand by. Oh, that's Steve's headphones. I'm like, where is that coming from? Stand by, folks. Hang on. All right, folks, we're back. Sorry, I just had a quick conversation with Steve. And he admitted it all to me. His secrets around it, unfortunately, I couldn't tell you about. Hang on.
News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
It's the 19th year. The Mel Trotter Turkey Drop rolls on. As God is my witness. Those turkeys fly in every year, and I got to tell you, Steve, it's always amazing to see it. I know we got more numbers. We'll be getting into those coming up here in a little bit. Numbers are impressive. They're great, but I think they kind of, my eyes glaze over when I hear the big numbers. I just want you to focus on this, whether it's giving a turkey, one single turkey, or a few bucks in a donation, you're helping make a difference for people who you may never meet. You probably won't, but you will make an impact on their lives that they will always remember. And folks know that. Matter of fact, one of the folks that probably knows that better than anyone else is Tony, who's joining us right now, Tony Johnson with Mel Trotter Ministries. Tony, appreciate you calling in this morning. How are you?
Me.
Are you there?
Yes,
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We got you now. We had a little bit of that was me. I think my hiccup pushing the button, but I appreciate you being here. So you have seen up close and personal the impact that Mel Trotter Ministries has on folks.
Yes, yes, yes. I am a living witness to it. Mel Trotters is a great place, and through God, we are truly blessing people through God's grace.
You know, Tony and I are very blessed to serve on the board, and we each have an interesting perspective when we talk about redemption. Ministries is at the end of this thing, right? Mel Trotter Ministries. We talk about the redemptive power of our Savior, and that's one of the things that you do by feeding families is giving them exposure to this amazing ministry. So talk to us a little bit more about that in your life through Mel Trotter, and now through your service there in the kitchen.
Yes. Okay. So I was an addict for 30 years. I'm from Flint, Michigan, born and raised. I was an addict. I was hooked on crack. And before crack was ever invented, it was freebasing. And I've been an addict for over 30 years. And I've been clean for 17. And it didn't happen until I walked through the doors at Mel Trotter's. God, he guided me. He led me there. I was, once I got there, I was broken. I didn't have anything, low self-esteem, wanted to commit suicide. When my son was sent to prison life with no parole, I knew I had to do something, but I didn't know what to do. And I got on the bus with $15 in my pocket, and I came to Mel Trotter's, and my life has changed. On that trip, I asked God to show me that you're real. And my God, I am on a ride of my life. The joy, the peace, and everything that he has done for me, it happened right here at Mel Trotter's. Like I said, not having low self-esteem, didn't want to live, needed showers, needed a bath, needed a meal. And all these things Mel Trotter provided. And when as far as with glasses, dental work, your clothes that the people donate. And it has been truly, truly a blessing. I've been clean for 17. When I graduated the program, I went to work for JK&T through Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was there for 15 years. And they gave me an opportunity to go to Smashburger to be a shift lead. Now, mind you, I went through the program, been clean for a year, and after being at B-Dubs for 2 years, they gave me an opportunity. And I wasn't even trusted by my brothers and sisters, by my family. You can't blame them. But God just opened doors to where at one time I was at 3 different locations as a shift lead, and I got the keys to the store. I got the combination to the safe. They had trusted me, and I was blown away then, the goodness of God and what he can do.
And now, look at you. I mean, how many hundreds of people ate breakfast today? How many are planning on eating lunch down there today?
We had 250 this morning. We had, and yesterday we served 160 for lunch, and dinner is close to 300. We do almost 600 meals and over 600 meals a day. And with the cold weather, it brings the homeless, from the woods, and they come for shelter, and we are packed. Our numbers will be, 650, 650 to 700, easy. Easy. And we have great cooks. We have a new director here. That's this guy he's amazing. The meals that he has us preparing now, and it's elegant. I mean, we got music, we got soup with your lunches, soup with your dinner. We got salads with your lunch, salads for dinner, and breakfast is like, blueberry pancakes and egg scramblers, with potatoes and sausage and bacon. It's amazing.
Now I'm starving.
Now I'm getting hungry. I'm hearing you talk about this, Tony, but you know what else I hear you saying is restoring a little bit of dignity with folks along with this process. And it sounds like that really goes a long way.
Absolutely. Because, it's a thing that, being homeless, trust is hard. Trust is not given, it's earned. And, sometimes that people don't care what you know until they know that you care. You show them that you care for them. I want you to get yourself together. I want you to be on your feet. I want you to be free from drugs. Then they'll listen. Yeah. You have their attention. And it has been great for me because this is what I preach every morning, every day. And I was telling my wife this last night. I just don't, I just don't serve food. I show them love and compassion. I care what you're going through. I've been there. And it doesn't have to be like this. You can change. I say this. I tell them, I'll be glad to see you go. And that means, getting your own place, getting in homelessness, to have a chance in life. I just want you to have a chance in life. That's my thing. That's what I do.
God bless you. That's my friend Tony, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it. Tony Johnson, Mel Trotter Ministries. And, those stories, Tony's is, you may think to yourself, what a special stories, but it's not the only one. There are many just like that.
Oh my God.
Happening at Praise God and Mel Trotter Ministries. Thank you, Tony. God bless you, my friend. I appreciate you. We gotta take a break here beyond the hour, but encourage people still to come out and get those turkeys. Thank you, Tony. God bless. Man, I tell you what, the tallying continues. We'll get some of those numbers. Steve is in charge. It kind of worries me a little bit with the number part.
They're sent to me, and I just read them. So
which is what I'm worried about, but that's okay. No, we'll get to all of that. We'll give you a number, an update coming up in just a little bit, but we continue. This turkey drop happens all the way to 7 p.m. tonight. You can drop by Celebration Cinema North or South, Mel Trotter HQ, or you can go online to woodradio.com. Back after this, folks.
Weather and traffic, and the home of Michigan Wolverine football. News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
An iHeart radio station.
Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Jack Crumley for Wood Radio News. Our top national story, the Senate is expected to vote on a bill aimed at protecting same-sex marriage.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer will need at least 10 Republicans and all 50 Democrats on board to get a bill through the Senate that would legally recognize same-sex and interracial marriage nationwide. A final vote would likely need to come before the end of the session and pass the House, while Democrats still have the majority and Republicans are expected to take control of the House in the next Congress. While conservative support over the issue has increased in recent years, some Republicans, like Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, said this week he would not support the bill over religious liberty concerns. GOP members on board are Senator Susan Collins of Maine, Tom Tillis of North Carolina, and retiring Senator Rob Portman of Ohio. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Our top local story, Mayor Rosalind Bliss says that Grand Rapids remains poised to put an amphitheater on land that the city currently owns along the Grand River.
As the city starts to move off that site, we can really be intentional about the portion of the site that we're moving off of. But I think we'll see active development happening end of 2023, 2024.
Wood TV's Joe LaFergie has more.
A deal to sell more than 11 of the 18 acres city-owned site to the Kent County Grand Rapids Convention Arena Authority is on track to happen next year. Once that happens, Public Works and other city services are expected to move off the site. A deal to move the Public Works yard to the soon-to-be-vacated County Road Commission site on Scribner is in the works.
The city hoping to use mixed-use housing at a soccer stadium on the other 7 acres. A local family suing Navy Pier in Chicago after their 8-year-old was injured jumping off a climbing wall. The Gideon family of Grand Rapids says their son George didn't have an attached safety harness. He suffered serious injuries in July after jumping. There was no rope to slow his 24-foot fall onto concrete. Today marks the 19th annual Mel Trotter Ministries Turkey Drop.
with inflation, the high price of groceries and utilities and rent and things like that, there are a lot of families that would love to have a great Thanksgiving experience, but they can't. So the turkey drop allows our community to come together to bring in frozen turkeys or money, and those get distributed to families in need around the state.
President and Chief Executive Dennis Van Kampen on Wood TV. Turkeys are being accepted. Celebration Cinema North, Celebration Cinema South, and the nonprofit's downtown Grand Rapids headquarters. Cash donates being taken online. In sports, we will have the Wolverine men's basketball game versus Pittsburgh tonight. Coverage of that will start with the tip-off at 6, following our special turkey drop hour from 5 to 6. Your Storm Team 8 forecast. Scattered snow today, a high of 36. More snow tonight and tomorrow. At the Lake Shore, it is 35 degrees, 34 in Grand Rapids. Our next news at the top of the hour and breaking news when it happens. I'm Jack Crumley for News Radio, Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM, West Michigan's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
Happy holidays. This is criminal defense attorney Tom Siver from Siver & Associates. Our office would like to wish everyone a very happy holidays. With the holidays comes parties, and with parties comes some drinking. Sometimes drinking comes with law enforcement contact. This is where your criminal defense begins. For your free consultation, call 616-261-5800 or by going to cyberlaw.com. That is S-I-V as in Victor, E-R, law.com.
Get great rates and better service with Community West Credit Union. Earn 3% APY and 9-month CDs. For details and locations, visit communitywestcu.org today. APY is annual percentage yield. Interest compounded daily. Offer may end at any time.
All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry I had to take a quick break away from the all the fun and the festivities here. It is tis the season. Comments frozen again? No, I think it's just slowing down in here, Grump. I think Facebook is booting people out because they've been sitting in here for a while. They probably don't like the fact that some people are probably leaving. I mean, 3 hours. Listen, all we ask for is 3 hours. It's a lot of time. A lot of time to be sitting around hanging out, and I don't expect people to hang out the whole time anyway. Justin, did you ask Pat Colbert about the Prop 3 and precinct vote? I haven't gotten any clarification on that one yet, Dave. There's some other stuff brewing that I have had to focus on with him. But I'm sure that will be. He's been tweeting a lot and posting a lot about some of the issues that he's seen election-wise. Stand by. Okay. Rand says, I love hanging out. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Stand by, folks. We have heard a lot about prices of turkeys, and we've heard a lot about shortages of turkeys and why that might be for Thanksgiving. But as it turns out, folks, the story here seems to be that there are plenty of turkeys in West Michigan going around. It seems to be there's plenty. They got them on frozen trucks, and the prices right now tend to be really good. So if you like to get out and get a turkey, get a bird, flip us one, and of course, donate at either Celebration Cinema North or South or downtown Mel Trotter and the Mel Trotter headquarters. It is the 19th annual turkey drop to benefit Mel Trotter Ministries, thanks to the folks at Life EMS Ambulance. And, of course, I want to say thanks to our sponsor this hour, Cyber and Associates, helping make this broadcast possible. So why did we see these reports about turkey prices going up and, even shortages here in the, we've heard about shortages on almost everything from diesel fuel to turkeys to toilet paper. We've seen that over the last couple of years. Here's CBS report on this.
The clock is ticking down to Thanksgiving as prices tick up for turkeys. CBS's Janet Shamlian goes to an Indiana turkey farm where it turns out inflation is not the only reason turkey prices are flying high.
These are the last of more than 6,000 turkeys Kyle Becker raised on his rural Indiana farm this year.
So these are broad-breasted white.
Even though he's now charging more for these pasture-raised birds, his earnings will be half of last year.
What are you facing in raising turkeys? Feed is up, labor's up, processing. Even the boxes that we put the turkeys in have increased in price.
Turkey prices are flying high. The average price of a whole frozen bird is $2.45 a pound, 70 cents higher per pound than in 2021. A combination of inflation and bird flu, which wiped out more than 7 million turkeys nationwide.
How big of a hit has it taken?
Well, turkey production's down about 5% this year over the total year.
Grocers still offer bargain birds to get shoppers in the door, but other essentials are up. Eggs more than 30% from last year, butter more than 26%, and baked goods like pumpkin pie more than 20%. At Ragel's Barbecue in Katy, Texas, there's a bounty of brisket. But Russell Regel says he can't get turkey breasts.
We ordered 200 cases in September and we got about 50, and then we're told that that's all we're going to get for the rest of the year.
The good news is, and these birds are coming from all over. The good news is, from what it sounds like here in West Michigan, these stores have a bounty. In fact, I heard that one of the places they had them back on a freezer truck outside waiting to be sold and put into the store. But they are making a point about why the cost of everything is going up. Processing is another one of these issues. Steve makes a point in the behind-the-scenes live stream. We're streaming right now on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Getter, YouTube, all the usual places. Steve says processing is up, wait time is up, already out till next year in a lot of places. Depends on where you're going and what you need to get done. But yeah, I mean, this is going to add into all of it. This is the folks are facing this, and you wonder why things are going on. Look at the cost of diesel right now. And there are shortages when it comes to diesel. We're hearing about that as well. All of these things have little impacts here and there, and it continues to add to what folks are facing when they're having to pay, whether it's at the pump or they are having to pay at the grocery store. No matter where you are, folks are going to face these things. And I think the biggest thing as we pay attention to this and we look as what we're all facing and dealing with on a daily basis, people are on edge. They have been for the last couple of years. You've kind of been teetering. There have been times that you may have felt the pinch yourself. You don't know where the next meal is going to come from, or you don't know where the next dollar is going to come from to make these things happen. That's why this turkey drop in its 19th year now here in West Michigan, Mel Trotter Organization, Life EMS, Ambulance, and of course the folks there at Feeding America, West Michigan. It's so important. People like you are stepping up to the plate, and you're making this all possible.
How to save if you're willing to wait until the last minute.
Like last year, the day before Thanksgiving, there were some pretty good deals there.
How much does she weigh?
25 pounds.
Okay. Free-range turkeys like these at Becker Farms do cost more. Father of 5 Kyle Becker works a second job as a veterinarian to make ends meet as higher costs ruffle feathers for farmers and the rest of us. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Moreland, Indiana.
Ruffling the feathers. Well, folks, you can you can ruffle a few feathers today if you're willing to get out there and give and help out. The folks are going to appreciate it, I think, more than ever before. We're entering a season where little things like this are going to just add up. They're going to have dramatic impact. And, of course, it's our pleasure to continue. Again, Mel Trotter Turkey Dropper checking in with those folks. Maybe even get a total coming up in just moments from Wood Radio. All right. I got a picture of a bunch of guys dropping off a turkey, but I don't know who they are. Okay. Are you talking about Christmas Day? You know, I'm thinking it's time. Pulling out the Christmas decorations. I'm thinking tis the season. I noticed last year I had them up, some of them, and I'm probably going to go in stages. You know, put the tree, get the lights, pull a few things out here and there. I think that's where we're going to be. In stages. Woo! That's a yawn, folks. Is there a nap happening this afternoon? I could appreciate that. I really could. A little something. Just to top me off. Let me check this real quick. Thank you, Jackie. Congratulations, Jackie, with an online donation over on Getter. We appreciate you. Please let me know if you did donate. I will give you a big round of applause, a big shout out. That is awesome. We love to see that. Biden inflation and the bird flu. That's what they say is causing the issue. All right. Come on in. We'll make it happen. The yawns are contagious, Rochelle said. All right, here comes Steve, everybody. Shh. Hi-oh. I don't know. I said it earlier that Steve cussed like a sailor. So I don't know, Steve. I may have started a new rumor, and I apologize because.
Justin, I think you're wrong.
We've got some of that happening here. Hang on. There we go. All right. Sherry got the boot. I'm not bored, Grump. We have to, when we do this thing, you guys are getting a real true behind the scenes thing here. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. You just got to play commercials in the background. So I got to wait to the next thing. And we're going to talk to somebody here and we're going to go our total. And then Clay and Buck are going to be up. So it's a lot of hurry up and wait. And if I'm not doing an after show where it's like boom, 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 things just kind of, I don't know. They drag on. But I appreciate you guys being here with us. I'm not bored. Steve is very entertaining. All right. Let's see. Who is this? Shelby Sikta, is that her name? Ish. All right. Here we go. Welcome back, Can News Radio with 1300 and 106.9 FM, the 19th year. Mel Trotter Turkey Drop underway until 7 p.m. tonight. Steve, you guys are going strong this morning. You guys have seen an outpouring of love and support and care from people all across West Michigan already today.
By the way, we just got word that Life EMS has donated more turkeys. That's one thing. Plus also the tote bags that Mark Meyer was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So while supplies last, you make a turkey donation, you get a tote bag from Life EMS.
I love it. Congratulations and thank you to those folks. Always got a little goodies like that, you know.
Yeah, so I said earlier they always come with shifts of frozen turkeys in ambulances, and they arrive DOA Donations on arrival. Hi-oh! I've been up since very early.
The turkey puns today are pouring in as well, Steve. We were talking about possible, the news about the inflation and then the possible turkey shortages. We're not seeing any of that here in West Michigan.
No, we were really worried, and not so far.
We're concerned about that. And then somebody else reminded me there's still plenty of turkeys left in Lansing and D.C. So we've got that going for us as well.
We'll have a total before we check out at lunchtime. We have a new total, and you're going to love this one.
Thanks to the folks at Cyber Associates who are making things happen for us this hour. And we'll say thank you to those folks. On the phone line with us right now, one of the people that make things happen behind the scenes, Mel Trotter Ministries. Shelby is with us. Shelby, what's your last name?
Hi, Shelby Sikta.
Shelby, appreciate you being here with us today. Tell us a little bit about what you do there at Mel Trotter.
Sure. Yeah, I work with the triage team. So our goal is to connect with every guest that comes through our doors, specifically the guests that are coming in for the first time. We try and connect with them right away, just kind of help direct them in their next steps of what they might want from Mel Trotter, or if we can help divert them somewhere else.
We just heard Tony's story. In fact, Tony Johnson, who is probably one of the highlights of the things that happen in the care when folks come in to step into the doors of Mel Trotter. But I'm sure you see quite a bit, and the success stories are very encouraging.
Yeah, they really are. It's what keeps me going for sure.
We talk about the turkey drop as being a one-to-one donation from a family, or maybe you're a business, and you give a turkey, and the symbolism is amazing. So you're helping to feed a family right here in West Michigan. The folks at Mel Trotter then take it to the next level. So we talk about a step up, right? A help out of the situation that they're in. And when you get to assign a caseworker, or as you mentioned, maybe find another resource that's available as well, that's exactly what you're doing at Mel Trotter Bases.
Yeah, it is. We really want to help individuals get out of their experience in homelessness as quickly as possible. So whatever way we're able to do that is really what we strive for. And we're able to get a little creative sometimes too, which can be a lot of fun.
Now, this is happening all day long today until 7 p.m. Folk can stop by at Mel Trotter headquarters downtown, Shelby. They can give there. They can also give at Celebration Cinema North or South, or they can give virtually online, safely and securely, through that link at woodradio.com. Just click on the turkey. That'll get you right where you need to be. But we know those donations go a long way. They make a huge impact to restore folks and redeem them in so many different ways. You come alongside them at Mel Trotter and are able to do things for folks that you think they'd probably never be able to pay you back. But there are folks like Tony who are stepping in and paying back. I bet you see case after case like that.
Absolutely. We have so many individuals here that are just so thankful and grateful of what they've been able to receive while staying at Mel Trotter, and then go on to volunteer, come back to volunteer after they've already established their own place, which is just so helpful. And then it's encouraging for our guests, that are currently staying here, to see that story, to hear that story, and know that can be them in the near future. So it's a really neat experience.
And it's always a good reminder for us, because the way things are, particularly right now, and people are really experiencing some tough situations. We're really, each one of us, not far off from finding ourselves in need of a little help like this. And that's important for us to remember, that as West Michigan, we can come together and help each other in times, and be grateful that we can do that for each other, and that there will be others that may do that and lend that hand when we need it most.
Yeah, definitely. It's a reminder every single day of being here, just hearing stories. It kind of puts things into perspective.
We talk a lot about what Mel Trotter does for people. It's your vocation, your advocation on a daily basis. What does your job, what does Mel Trotter Ministries and what it does do for you?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of hope every day. There are definitely challenging days, right? Just like anything, but just seeing, I have learned so much in my time being here at Mel Trotter. So it just kind of gives me hope and reminder of that everyone is, like you said, struggling with something. So just being kind, it's a nice reminder every single day of just the hope that we have
Amen.
with each other, yeah.
Delivering that hope this season when folks need it most. The Mel Trotter playing a big role there. And thanks to you as well. Shelby Sick, the triage coordinator. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. God bless. And folks, you are making this possible. There's something we have to always be reminded of is that these things don't happen by themselves. They take armies of people like you. The generosity in West Michigan is unlike any other. That's one of the reasons we live here. It's one of the reasons we brave these winters, Steve.
Yeah.
Is that we're filled with the warmth. They're just seeing the things that happen when people get together and say, we're going to make a difference. We're going to make sure that nobody goes.
This is a no-brainer. This is your family helping to feed another family. If you are blessed, like our family is this year, to be able to give back, please do so. And here are the ways you can do it until 7 o'clock tonight. Well, online we'll take donations for a while, just so you know. Celebration Cinnamon North and South until 7 o'clock this evening. There will be staff on hand, and you can bring a frozen turkey, or there you make a donation as well. You may go online to woodradio.com. You'll find the link to meltrotter.org. You may give in a secure way there, too. And we will also be on the air throughout the day today with updates and a special live broadcast tonight at 5 from 5 to 6 just before Michigan basketball. And then we're going to break into Michigan basketball, too, with updates, too, before we get an unofficial total tonight. And then tomorrow morning, Mel Trotter's Dennis Van Kampen will join us for more of an official total tomorrow on the show as well.
So can we get an update of where we are right now, Steve? If we have some numbers we can pass along to folks here?
So last year we ended up with 6,000 some odd turkeys. Our goal for this year was 5,000. As of 11:55, we have 2,746 turkeys already.
Wow. Congratulations. That's a big number. That is a big number here. Unbelievable. Man.
Holy smokes.
Now, let's not let that get us, too excited, because at the same time, we still got a long ways to go to get to that goal. And it's such a big need this year. Every one of those turkeys is going to feed families that may not be able to have a Thanksgiving. And of course, you talk about numbers. It's easy to get kind of lost in the big glaze. Your eyes glaze over those big numbers,
One turkey at a time, baby.
Nearly 3,000 turkeys. So we're almost halfway to where we were last year.
Maybe there's some matching dollars with your company, your corporation. This is a nonprofit, right? So this is a tax-deductible donation.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's a little something you want to take to the boss and say, I don't know, you could be a hero. You could get the weekly pin by coming up with this idea. And I know here at iHeart West Michigan, what a prize that is. So, because I've won a couple of them. I'm just saying, it was very rewarding for me. Justin, I know you have too. And though you're not wearing it now, I understand you want to appear to the audience that you're not. Anyway, just give. It's a great cause, and we will continue to give you updates throughout the day today on the air.
Yeah. Again, if you want to be a part of this, it's very simple. I think one of the coolest things I've seen, and now as a father with two girls, they're not quite big enough to carry turkeys just yet.
One of them is not quite the size of a turkey.
No, she's not quite there. But when I think about what we've seen through the years, particularly during some of the hours in the afternoon when the kids are out, you go get the turkey, explain to them what you're doing. I know you did this stuff with your kids, with your girls, Steve. But
absolutely.
Hey, we're going to be a part of this. And I remember my parents doing this with me too, and we would take some time, and it's really a great moment to teach them about how you can give back and why it's so important to do those things. But you could take them to the grocery store, let them pick out their bird, and then, of course, watch them walk with that thing and try and carry it. That's some of the best to see those kids struggling with the bird, but they're just grinning from ear to ear, ready to drop that bird And of course, you can be a part of that today. Bring your kids, bring the birds, or do it online, either Celebration Cinema North or South. Or of course, you can go again to the website and make that donation online at woodradio.com. Steve, a big day still ahead yet.
What a seed you're planting by doing that too. Absolutely, Justin. Stop by. Operators are standing by. meltrotter.org, woodradio.com, Celebration Cinema North or South, or right downtown at Mel Trotter, you may give a donation too.
Make it a great day, folks. God bless.